Denver's Right to Survive initiative faces $1.5 million in opposition. So as voters get ready to head to the polls, we're now taking a 360 look.
Supporters of Initiative 300 will tell you they're fighting for basic rights. Opponents point to a list of potential consequences in other cities as a reason for voting no.
And as Liz Gilardi shows us, it's a debate over Denver's future.
This is surviving.
Tense line Arapahoe Street near 27.
I definitely had a...
We start our 360 journey here.
You're in a small section of Denver, which is known as Jerryville.
Because when you talk about Initiative 300, it all comes back to Denver's urban camping ban. If you want evidence the ban isn't working, take a look.
When you don't build for the poor, this is what happens.
The solution. That's what the debate over 300 or the right to rest is about. The group Denver Homeless Out Loud believes the initiative is a humane approach to a complicated issue. A community activist who supports 300 says it's about basic rights. But the Denver City Attorney's Office points to unintended consequences. Then there's the radio host who says, look at Seattle.
Now, back to the Peter Boyles Show.
Morning, everybody. 8:45. It's 15 before the hour 9.
Peter Boyles is a familiar voice on morning radio. As Denver voters get ready to fill out their ballots,
we went to see it.
He decided to go to Seattle, where he says similar policies have proven devastating for the city.
Suppose if 300 gets through and you wake up some morning and there's Cousin Eddie's Winnebago parked out in front of your house.
A colorful description, but he showed us pictures of multiple camps.
Behind it, there's a tent back there, and this is everywhere you go.
One of his pictures shows a man passed out near a tent.
So one guy in a clover leaf, going like this, and he just injects in his arm and kind of puts his feet up and goes out, as cars are going around the circle and everything.
He fears this is what Denver could end up looking like.
I mean, it's bitterly sad. I feel very bad for the people that are there.
What will Denver look like if 300 passes? Denver Homeless Out Loud says it will look more welcoming.
What it looks like is that folks who are already on our streets right now, just trying to survive, will not be chased around our city by police telling them that their existence is a crime.
Therese Howard tells us the initiative is a direct result of the sweeps. She says it's about reversing the camping ban and more. It's about protecting rights.
High percentages of folks who are homeless are being harassed, ticketed, and arrested for basic acts of survival.
Other supporters agree.
I think it's evil and horrible for anyone not to support 300. How can you be against the right to survive?
The Denver City Attorney's Office isn't taking a position, but legal analysts believe the language is too broad and could lead to unintended consequences. Like how public property is defined, because the right to rest would include public spaces.
It would include sidewalks, malls, school playgrounds.
Attorney Melissa Drazen-Smith says it opens the city up to legal liability.
It'll end up in court in a lot of different ways to try and figure out what the boundaries are, since the language itself is sort of underdefined.
She also worries about a potentially chilling effect on how outreach workers and police do their jobs.
Yes, it could cost taxpayers money, but it could also mean that there would be conduct that citizens would want the police to enforce, where the police may be having to say, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
It is completely a far-fetched interpretation meant to instill fear in trying to stop this initiative from passing.
And Jerry says he has no interest in camping out in parks.
We are not out here trying to take over your park, your front yard, your house.
So what does the future of Denver look like? That's for voters to decide in May.
If you hate Denver, vote for 300.
You vote no on 300, you're part of the problem.
Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.